Welcome to another Steel Green Fireside Chat. I'm Dawn Rigby, Marketing Director for Steel Green Manufacturing, and I'm here today with the General Manager, Brent Mills, and two of the parts pros from Steel Green Manufacturing, Floyd and Kyle Kouns. This will be a fun discussion. If you have any questions about spreader sprayer parts, accessories, or attachments, these are the guys to call. They'll be answering your questions in just a few minutes, so go ahead and type those into the comments section. But first, let's hear from Brent Mills, Steel Green Manufacturing co-founder and general manager. Brent has worked in the sprayer equipment industry since 1987. Brent, you guys started Steel Green Manufacturing in 2018. Can you tell us a little about your mission and the values you built this company on?
Sure. Thank you, Dawn. First, I'd like to thank everyone for taking some time to spend with Steel Green today. We appreciate that. So Steel Green was formed in July of 2018. We are an employee-owned company. The machines are built in the USA, right here in Lebanon, Indiana. And we currently have around 25 employees. Our mission was to build a better sprayer spreader than was available at the time. This also gave us, as a group, a chance to remain in the industry that we have spent so many years. You'll hear this a lot from this group, but customer service is the core of our business. This is what we do best. And today you're going to get to meet two of the reasons why. Steel Green is only a couple of years old, but our people have been in this industry for many years. If you've ever called in, stopped in, emailed, sent us a message on Facebook, you've probably already met one of our pros. Floyd is a co-founder, inventory control manager. Like most of us, that title is just one of many things he does for this company. Before Steel Green, Mike worked 8 years in various departments for LT Rich Products. Kyle Kouns is our parts department manager. Kyle has over 7 years of turf equipment experience. And we're lucky to have both of those on our team. So I'm going to give it to Mike and Kyle.
All right. Is Kyle in here?
He should be. I was just looking at that. I think he may be having a problem.
I think we lost him. All right. Well, let's
surely he'll just rejoin. But
yeah, we'll go ahead and move on.
Mm-hmm.
I guess just with me and you then Mike. All right. Well, if you've ever called in, sorry. Thank you, Brent, for that. I've got a few questions for the parts pros, and of course, we would love to hear from you guys on Facebook. I see some questions coming in now, so keep those coming. My first question is for you, Mike. You guys are well known for your exceptional customer service, your quick response time for getting parts delivered, and the fact that you'll answer questions and get parts from anyone, whether they own a Steel Green or some other brand of machine. What motivates you to provide that level of service, and how do you guys do it?
Well, I'd say the main motivating factor there is going to be, it's about putting yourself in the customer's shoes and thinking about what they want. I know when I call a company, it's always great to get a hold of somebody and get whatever issue I have resolved in a quick fashion without having to talk to, multiple people who are being passed around from person to person, and actually getting to talk to somebody who knows what's going on in that situation and they can help me out. So I think that's the main thing, is just, being a little smaller business, trying to bring that customer service level to the highest point we can. It just keeps customers coming back. I know there's several companies that I deal with, and that's the reason I remember them, is because of how well they handle the customer service aspect of things.
Yeah. Great. Well, tell me, what kind of parts can I get from Steel Green Manufacturing?
Well, we carry thousands of parts. If you look at our website, there's a little over 500 to 600 parts. Not everything is on there because we do have so many. So we have, of course, every piece of the Steel Green that you could ever want to buy, and we have lots of other parts for competitors' equipment, everything from other sprayers or even some aeration machines out there. So if you ever are looking for a part, feel free to give us a call. If you don't see it on the website, just shoot us an email and we'll help you out.
Awesome. What are your shipping options?
As far as shipping goes, standard shipping, we predominantly use FedEx Ground every day and UPS Ground as well. and we can utilize both carriers for express shipping options as well, whether it be second day, next day, or 3 days select if you're in a far out area, and that helps speed things up. We also utilize FedEx Freight for larger shipments, and some other LTL carriers as well for bigger orders.
Great. Earlier this year, you guys launched an online parts store where customers can shop for spreader sprayer parts and accessories right from your website. What if I'm browsing your parts store and I can't find the part I'm looking for, or I'm not sure which part I need?
Well, if you're on the web store and you're looking for a part and you're not able to find it, all you need to do is just give us a call, or shoot us an email, or message us on Facebook, or email or text, directly to myself or Kyle, and we'll definitely get you taken care of. There's a lot of parts that aren't on there, and if it's something that we don't happen to carry, we can at least point you in the right direction and help you find that.
Okay. So how many ways are there to place an order then? I heard you say a couple different ones.
Well, there's quite a few ways. I mean, you can do everything from emailing the general parts line, emailing myself, Scott Jones, Kyle Kouns, or even Brent. Brent helps out with service and everything. He's very knowledgeable as well. You can message us on Facebook. If you want us to get a hold of you, you could send a letter in the mail. I don't care. So.
Courier pigeon.
Yes.
Let's talk about accessories and attachments. What do you guys offer?
Well, quite a few things now. We started off back in July of 2018, as you know, and we've came a long ways in attachments. We've been making more and more just based off customers' feedback and what we hear from them and what they want to see our equipment do. So, starting with some of the more popular things on the liquid side, we have 7-gallon tanks that we can mount on the back of the machine in place of the fertilizer trays, and those can be outfitted with either an auxiliary setup where they're just valved in an extension of the liquid capacity of the current pumping system on the machine, or we can have it completely independent to where it has its own pump, filter, and you could have a completely separate chemical, whether it's a specialty herbicide or Roundup or something that you would never want to mix in the main system or go through the boom on the machine. Also, in the liquid department, if you just need more capacity, we can remove the hopper on the front and we can put on a 35-gallon auxiliary tank to extend that gallonage on the 52-inch and the 46-inch wide machine. And then we can add an additional 20 gallons of capacity to our narrow chassis on the 42-inch and 36-inch machines. So to go along with that, there are some additional pumping options as well. So if you're looking to spray upwards of a gallon and a half or more per 1,000 square feet, then you could look at a dual pump option or the high volume roller pump option if you want to double the capacity of what it is over stock. One other unique option that we have to go along with the spray system is going to be our dual boom spray system. So we have 2 spray booms, one right in front of the other on the front, and you could spray simultaneously. You could spray high volume, low volume out of 2 different separate systems on the machine completely. So that's been pretty interesting to see. To go along with that, to help you see where you're going, foam markers are pretty popular. We do offer a couple different foam marker options. We have a 1-gallon system that drops foam on both sides all the time. We have a 2-gallon system that will drop left or right. And then we also just recently came out with a 2.5-gallon system, and that one does both sides all the time. And I really like this system. It's a larger capacity, and the compressor on the system, it does a really good job and makes really nice foam. On the opposite end of things, we do have some options for the granular system as well. Not as common, but we do have some customers who have all granular machines where we can remove the tanks and have a hopper on the front and just a bunch of extra capacity for granular on that machine so they can carry the most with them. And then lastly, I'd say on the front of the machine, you can get a light kit and you can add some light to the front of that machine in case you're out early. Or that kind of leads me into our most recent attachment for the machine, which would be the snowplow. So I don't know if you guys remember, but on the previous Fireside Chats, we had Eric Smith out here, and we talked about the snow plow that we're now putting out there, and we're building those and shipping those at this time. And every one of those gets a set of headlights as well. And speaking of that plow system, the way that we're running that hydraulic system on that machine, looking forward, we're always trying to add things. So you may want to just keep an eye out for any possible expansions on that system here in the future. But
Great.
Yeah.
How easy is it to install some of these attachments and accessories? Is that something I could do myself?
Oh yeah, certainly. Some of those things are going to be fairly easy to install. The 7-gallon tank requires nothing more but the 4 bolts to be removed that holds the box on, and you bolt the tank on, and then you just have the power ground and the switch to be put in the dash, and there's already a hole waiting there for that. So very simple on those extra 7-gallon tanks. The light kit is simple. The foam markers are simple. The plow is relatively easy as well, not bad at all. There are some things that would be better suited to be purchased with the machine or installed at the factory, and those are going to be things like the dual pump option or the higher volume stuff or the dual boom system. There's many ways that we can feed that dual boom. You can have multiple sizes of gallonage tanks feeding that dual boom system, so it's much easier, I would say, to get that installed on a new machine. Though we can and we have had it done aftermarket, so we're here to support that as well.
Yeah, we had a question come in about purchasing a conversion kit to switch an all liquid unit to have the hopper instead on the liquid tank.
Oh yeah, for sure. So if you already have an all liquid machine and you want to add a hopper to that machine, definitely that can definitely be added onto there. It can be pretty easy. The only thing you may have to add is some banjo quick connects to the liquid lines where they come off the right side of the machine and feed. But other than that, you'll be able to, we can pre-assemble the hopper and have it all built and ready to go with the cables and the motor and everything in it. You would just bolt that on and then hook up the hydraulic lines. The hydraulic part would probably be the most difficult, but we can get you through it easy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He said, yes, when I ordered my liquid unit, I ordered a hopper additionally as well. Literally a hopper, a few cables, and a few hydraulic hoses. So yeah, nice.
Yes. Yep.
So Mike, what's the lead time on those parts and accessories or attachments?
Most of these accessories and attachments are going to be anywhere from 1 to 3 days to get built. Some of them do take a little bit longer depending on the complexity or if the steel that we have on hand and that sort of thing, what it takes to make these attachments. But we definitely try to get them out as soon as possible.
Awesome. We had a couple other questions come through. You might have mentioned this already, but any plans down the road for attachments that fit into the plow mount?
Quite possibly. Yes, we're looking at some things, so I would just say stay tuned and keep your eyes out, and we'll make an announcement.
Yeah, we have another one, is a ride-on aerator coming.
Well, you're just gonna have to wait and see, I'd say.
Okay. Do you have a plate that holds all the cables, the hopper, diffuser, deflector on one side?
Currently, I'm not aware of one, but we could definitely look into making something like that if need be. Just shoot us a request or email over to parts@steelgreenmfg.com and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, awesome. We got a lot of hellos. Jim Beveridge is here and he says, hey.
Hey, how you doing, Jim?
Hey guys, Russell's here as well.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so if you guys
Appreciate you watching.
If you guys have any other questions, go ahead and shoot those into the chat bar. And if we don't get to those on the live, we can always follow up with replies to your messages afterward. But before we go here, I wanted to congratulate the winner of our swag winner today that pre-registered for the event. Zach Orth of Zorth Lawn Care is today's winner. We'll be in touch with you soon, Zach, and get that sent out to you. I also wanted to remind everybody of the Steel Green Early Order Program that's going on now. You could save up to 7% off 2021 models and when you order and pay by the end of this month. So to November 30th, you still have a few days to take advantage of that. And check out the parts early order program as well. You can save up to 20% when you stock up. We'll include a link in the chat with some details for more of that in the comments. It looks like that's all we've got today. Thanks, Mike. Sorry it didn't work out with Kyle.
Oh,
Don't know
it's
where he
fine.
went.
Yeah,
But,
we'll get him up here sometime. Don't worry. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for joining us. And thank you, Brent and Mike, for chatting with me today. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. See you guys.